Welcome to Backroom Breakdown with Lauren, your analysis of local, state, and federal politics. This is DITV's weekly politics segment where I'll discuss important political events impacting Iowa City. I'm your host, Lauren Johnson. A Supreme Court leak revealed that the court voted to overturn abortion rights in America, according to a draft opinion. The 98-page document written by Justice Samuel Alito functions as a total rejection of 1973's Roe v. Wade ruling. Before talking about what this draft opinion could mean for the future, it's necessary to discuss this unprecedented breach of the Supreme Court's secrecy. The highest court is known for keeping proceedings private. There is no video allowed in the court, so a leak like this is shocking. While this is unprecedented, it isn't the first time an opinion for a high-profile case has leaked. The New York Tribune reported on the proceedings in the 1857 case Dred Scott v. Sanford, which ruled that the right to American citizenship did not extend to black people. However, this leak completely goes against the norms of the court, and most opinions are kept completely ambiguous until they are published. In a rare statement from the Supreme Court that confirmed the authenticity of the leaked draft opinion Tuesday, Chief Justice John Roberts said, quote, "To the extent this betrayal of the confidences of the court was intended to undermine the integrity of our operations, it will not succeed. The work of the court will not be affected in any way," end quote. As for what the court is doing about the likely leak, Roberts said, quote, "I have directed the marshal of the court to launch an investigation into the source of the leak," end quote. In the leaked opinion, Alito called Roe v. Wade, quote, "egregious from the start," and referred to its reasoning as, quote, "exceptionally weak with damaging consequences," end quote. This draft aligns with predictions made in December when it became apparent during oral arguments that a majority of justices would likely vote to support Mississippi's plan to ban abortions after 15 weeks. The argument could be made that 15 weeks isn't that restrictive of an abortion ban. Most women know they're pregnant by then and could have gotten an abortion if they wanted. However, this ruling extends past Mississippi's ban. While this ruling will allow the Mississippi abortion ban to stick around, it will also enable other states with more restrictive abortion bans to enact them. And that is where some serious issues come up. Even in states with less restrictive bans like Mississippi, people who can't get abortions within the time constraints will likely have to carry to term. This could lead to serious issues for people who end up pregnant but can't safely carry a pregnancy. In a study conducted by the Commonwealth Fund of the maternal mortality rate in 11 developed countries, the United States had the worst rate. Currently, the maternal mortality rate in the United States is at 17.2 per 100,000 live births. While that number doesn't seem particularly high, when contrasted with other countries at a similar economic status, it becomes more worrying. France had the second highest rate of 8.7, which is about half of what the United States is at. And the lowest rate was New Zealand at 1.7, and that raises the question of why the maternal mortality rate in America is so high in comparison to the other countries. The same study offers an explanation, saying that the United States has a deficit in maternal health care providers and there is a lack of access to postpartum health care. So, if the United States eliminates the right to abortion, will policymakers create requirements for women's health care, specifically maternal health care? However, even if this health care is available, that doesn't mean it will be accessible. The cost of medical procedures like giving birth in the United States can be debilitating, especially for people who don't have medical insurance. And along with the high cost of giving birth, it's expensive to raise a child. According to a report issued in 2020 by the U.S. Department of Agriculture, or USDA, the average cost of raising a child was $284,570 when inflation was factored in. It can be assumed that cost has gone up in the last 2 years given the increase in inflation. So, will the United States provide financial support to parents? Additionally, in some states that have already managed to pass restrictive abortion laws, such as Texas, people who want children are being punished as well. There are no protections for people who medically need an abortion because the pregnancy isn't viable, or a pregnancy that came about because of incest or sexual assault. Will there be a federal ruling at some point that some abortions are allowed, which was the rule prior to Roe v. Wade anyways? And finally, sending abortion rights back to the states and telling constituents to vote if they want to keep abortion rights sounds good in theory, but several states, including Iowa, passed restrictive voting laws that limit people's ability to get to the polls. When the U.S. Congress attempted to pass a comprehensive voting rights bill earlier this session, it ended up blocked by Senate Republicans. So, if not everyone can vote, is it really fair to say that if constituents want abortion rights, they just need to vote for the right people? At the end of the day, this Supreme Court ruling isn't reflective of the wishes of the majority of Americans. While the Supreme Court acts as the least political of America's three branches, it still makes decisions that impact all U.S. citizens. 61% of Americans support legal abortion, and just 12% believe that all abortions should be illegal. So why do so many states have trigger laws ready to ban abortion once Roe v. Wade is overturned? If 61% of the country supports legal abortion, why will over half of the U.S.'s 50 states ban or restrict it should this ruling be correct? It remains to be seen what the future of abortion rights will look like in the United States. Thanks for tuning in to Backroom Breakdown. The next episode will include an introduction to the next host with the latest political news from Iowa City, Iowa, and the USA. I'm Lauren Johnson. Have a great day.